Hello, Graham from ArionGames here, and this is the second of the videos talking about the Doomsday Campaign. So this is in progress, and I talked last time about the feel of the campaign, what it was supposed to emulate, what it was supposed to provide. Now I just want to talk a little bit, a fairly short video, about what is in there. So there's going to be 103 individual investigations, each supposedly taking place in 1 year. So that means over the course of the campaign, the characters have one session per year. That's how it's written. Of course, there's nothing to stop a referee from putting in an extra session each year, an extra 2 short sessions if they wish. And each of those sessions, each of these investigations is designed to take 1 to 2 sessions to play through. Each of them is about 5 pages long, 4 to 6 pages long, something like that. And it doesn't describe every room, every person, every interaction, every possibility. I think if it did, it would be vast. It's already going to be something like 600 plus pages when complete, as it is. So I can't do that. What it does do though is it provides a framework for that investigation. It provides the major characters, the major plot. It is entirely possible for a referee to enhance that by putting in more detail on some of the NPCs, small side plots, role playing out certain scenes that otherwise might be quite quick to play through. And so each of these sessions is generally standalone. So it would be quite easy to pluck one of these and drop it into any Doomsday campaign. A few of them are linked, but most of them you could easily just drop straight into any other campaign without any problems whatsoever. However, there is also a thread running through them, which I won't give away, I won't spoil the plot, but there is a thread running through that links many of them together. Okay, and that thread will culminate at the end of both book 1 and eventually the end of book 2. Again, I'm not going to say too much about what that is, because if you're watching this and you're going to run through it or indeed play through it, I don't want to spoil that surprise. And so these individual investigations cover the whole range of strange and supernatural. So we have ghosts, classic ghost story. We have fae like boggarts and other household spirits. We have strange creatures that were believed to haunt the British countryside at that time. We have people putting curses on others. We have strange magic, strange rituals. We have legends and so on. And again, I don't want to go into too much detail because it will give it away. But there are all sorts of different investigations here. Some take place in villages, some in the countryside, some will take place in the town of Richmond. There will be some travel to London, even to Normandy and to York, and they're very much mixed up, so that 1 week you might be investigating an enchanted stream that's caused everyone to fall asleep, and the very next session you might be investigating a giant. And many of these investigations are based on local legends for this area. Okay, so some of them are based on, if you like, more generalist folklore, but some of them are based on actual folklore in this area. There's one I haven't yet written, it's planned, based on the very village where I live. The road that goes from here up to the neighbouring bigger village, there is said to be a light that moves up and down at night and along the road and scares travellers. Now I've got this worked into a session. Again, I'm not going to say exactly what to avoid spoiling the surprise, but that is worked into a session. So that is local folklore. I just mentioned the giant. The legend of the Penhill giant is a very common legend here. And so these have all been worked into the campaign. And what this does is it provides a good range, a good variety of investigations for the characters to undertake. Part of the inspiration, of course, was the classic X-Files series. In that, one week Mulder and Scully were trying to work out what was going on with the smoking man, that big meta plot, and the next week they were just off investigating someone who could create fires by thinking about it, or a ghost, or an alien abduction, or whatever. So we've very much got a mix of all sorts of different things. Some of them are core to the plot and some of them are not. Some of them don't appear to be but actually are, and some of them appear to be and are not. Okay, so it mixes it up. So this campaign will be published. The first part should be published hopefully next month, the latter part towards the end of the year, and there are a couple of companion books to go with that as well. And that's where I'm going to leave the Doomsday Campaign. I will obviously come back to this more when this book is finished. I will probably come back to it again as I get towards the end of the year. But for now, that finishes there. And so, until next time when I'm going to start talking about some of the other games in my library, thank you very much and happy gaming.